Welcome to the O Show with Orlana Darkins Drewery, your connection to events, topical interests, issues, and the movers and shakers in our world, and the opportunity to learn things that make you say, oh. In a world where technology is evolving at an unprecedented pace, one innovation stands out for transforming critical industries across the United States: drones. A pivotal player in this technological renaissance is Skydeo, a leading U.S. drone manufacturer. I'm honored to have the visionary behind this transformative technology, co-founder and CEO, Adam Bry. Adam, welcome to the O Show.
Excited to be here. Thanks for having me on.
So, Adam, in what ways are drones enhancing operational efficiency and safety in sectors like agriculture, construction, and public safety?
So many folks are familiar with drones as cool toys. They can be fun to play with. But over the last few years, drones have become really powerful tools in many of these industries. And the basic thing that drones offer is being able to put sensors and cameras to capture really important data in really important places without needing to expose a person to harm or risk. So we sell to public safety and critical infrastructure companies, so transportation, logistics, construction, energy utilities, and we're seeing really incredible impact in all of those different places because drones just help people do their jobs better, safer, more efficiently.
Now, you mentioned collecting data. So how does Skydeo, am I pronouncing the company name right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Skydeo.
I get it. Oh, great. How is Skydeo working to ensure the privacy and security of data collected by drones?
Great question. So one of the industries and applications that we're most excited about is public safety. And this is an area, our drones being used by law enforcement, fire departments. This is an area where there are very legitimate concerns about privacy and responsible use. One of the things that we've seen is that the most successful public safety agencies operate with an extremely high degree of transparency. Many of them publish daily flight logs so their citizens can go on and see when and where they're flying, why they're flying. And what tends to happen is the more people see how folks are actually using drones, the more comfortable they get with it, because most of the use is really transformative, life-saving stuff. You might have a missing person in a forest where it could take you hours on the ground to help find that person. But with a drone, you can get it in the air and oftentimes locate them in just a few minutes and sometimes save their lives. I mean, we have examples of this with our customers. Or you might have a situation where there's a potentially armed suspect wandering around a neighborhood. And rather than having an officer need to search for them with their gun drawn, you can use a drone to find them, see if they're actually armed. And that just keeps everybody safer. It keeps the officer safer, it keeps the community safer, it keeps the suspect safer. So the use cases are really powerful. One of the other areas that's important for people to understand is that this is regulated technology. So the FAA governs the use of drones in international airspace. And there's rules like remote ID, which essentially require every drone to have a digital license plate. So every drone is required to broadcast its location and a unique identifier that you can use if you need to associate it with the operator, the same way that license plates on cars work. And we think that makes a lot of sense. And I think you're going to see more things like that. And there's no perfect solution, but I think the regulation can help sort of set the rules that encourage responsible use and make it possible to hold people accountable if they're misusing or abusing the technology.
What are some key features that differentiate Skydeo's drones from others in the market?
So the possibility that drones offer is putting sensors in important places.
Okay.
We just launched the Skydeo X10, which has the best sensors ever on a drone this size, so it can capture higher resolution, higher fidelity data. But the key thing that we've really invested the most in as a company is putting artificial intelligence into the drone. So many people are familiar with ChatGPT and generative AI. It's kind of exploded onto the scene over the last couple of years. We bet really big on this technology 10 years ago when we started Skydeo. So our drones essentially have the skills of an expert pilot built in, which means if you're a frontline operator at an energy utility, it's a tool that can adapt itself to you. You don't necessarily need to become an expert drone pilot. It can fly itself. It can avoid obstacles. it can automatically perform many of these inspections. And we believe that that's really critical to scaling up the use and the impact of what drones can do.
Now, are your drones just designed for the sectors that we talked about, agriculture, construction, and public safety? Are they accessible and user friendly for professionals or amateurs alike?
So we're really focused on serving professional users at this point. We're focused on serving what we think of as really the critical industries that our civilization runs on, many of the ones that we've talked about. So our drones are increasingly kind of specialized tools for professionals that need to capture really great data in really important places, oftentimes with life or death consequences.
Are there any upcoming projects or initiatives that you're excited about that you would like to share with us?
Well, it's not necessarily one that we're excited about, but I think one that is really important for people to be aware of is the military application of drones. The conflict in Ukraine has highlighted how crucial drones are on the battlefield, and we're really proud to be working with the U.S. military and our allies around the world to offer this kind of real-time situational awareness capability, where a soldier on the battlefield can put the drone in the air. They can understand the nature of the threats around them. They can make better decisions to keep themselves safer. And it's interesting to see that the same technology that powers that is pretty similar to the same thing you use to inspect a bridge or an energy utility substation. It's all the same core sensors with really good AI that make it easy to use.
I love it. This is all exciting. You took my question about the AI, so that's
Well,
very
we can talk more about AI. We love AI.
I do too. I'm studying it like every day. But Adam, thank you so much for sharing with us. And if you would like more information, visit skydeo.com. If you're listening, that's Sky, SKYDIO.com, Skydeo. Adam Bry, co-founder and CEO of Skydeo, thank you so much for sharing the exciting and informative information you guys are doing in your at your company.
This is great. Thanks for having me on.
And thank you all for listening and watching to the O Show with Orlana Darkins Drewery. Until next time, keep shining.